Hi, it's Emma Kenny, Channel Mum Psychologist in Residence, back with day 2 of our course. Today I want you to think back to the moment you found out that you were pregnant with your first baby. How did it feel once you got over that initial excitement? Or shock, of course. As the weeks and months went on, you did all your research, you bought all the kit you thought you'd need. If there was anything you weren't sure about, you either Googled it or you asked one of your friends. Am I right? You had a pregnancy app and emails, you read books, watched vlogs, and essentially learnt everything that you thought you could possibly need to know. You might even have watched the Channel Mum week by week pregnancy videos, and you knew what size your growing baby was from each week, going from a sesame seed to a watermelon. You were as ready as you could possibly be for that brand new baby. Then the baby arrived. Did all that research actually prepare you for what it was going to be like? Here's how some other mums felt in those early days.
As a first-time mum, I felt like I'd been hit by a bus. Where was the manual? This was not what I expected.
After baby number 3 and years of no sleep, I started to feel like I wasn't a good mum and that I just couldn't cope with everything I needed to.
Nothing can prepare you for becoming a first-time mum. I cried like a baby when my husband went back to work.
Becoming a mum is just amazing, but it takes its toll when the realisation sets in that life as you know it has changed forever. You're at the very beginning of the longest journey you've ever been on, both physically and emotionally. Over 80% of women suffer from a mild form of sadness, fear, anger or anxiety after giving birth, but if those so-called baby blues don't go away, it can signal a more serious problem. You may be joining this course because you've got a small baby, you're pregnant right now, or maybe your children are a little bit older but you just know that something isn't quite right. Maybe you're having just a bad day, and however you're feeling, and no matter what age your children are, you need to know that you are very welcome. You are not alone. You're going to hear those words a lot here at Channel Mum. The Channel Mum Village is here to help, and today I want to talk about the signs and symptoms to be aware of with your mental health. Mental health issues affect so many mums. Is that more than you thought? Often, the issues go untreated because mums worry that if they admit that they're feeling anxious, depressed or desperately unhappy, then they're going to be judged by those around them. This can lead to huge amounts of women going untreated and spending months, and would you believe it, even years without the support that they need and deserve, which is crazy because your symptoms can be alleviated with a little help. The modules in this course are going to show you some tools and tips that I really promise will help you. I'm going to talk today about some of the main signs and symptoms, and I want you to think about how many of these apply to you. Feelings of guilt. Why aren't you the perfect mother like all the mums you see on social media? Feeling like you're not in control. You know, you often feel overwhelmed and unable to cope. Sometimes you might be difficult to calm down, but however you're feeling, you always keep that mum mask on. I'm fine. But are you though? You feel like you're constantly shattered, you can't concentrate, you might struggle to make decisions, and it can feel more than just that baby brain that you hear people talk about. Feeling really lonely and isolated, feelings of anger or rejection towards friends and family, and even your partner and your children. Feeling anxious, like you're waiting constantly for something to go wrong. Often, this makes it really hard to sleep and can mean that you struggle to concentrate on anything, like books, films, even conversations can be really hard to keep up with. Maybe you've had some crazy dreams. Leave us a comment below and let us know exactly what's been going on for you. Feeling like the simplest of things makes you want to burst into tears. General loss of interest in life, the things that might have once given you a real sense of joy and fulfillment suddenly feel grey and boring. Or you simply feel like you're unable to enjoy things that used to give you a lot of pleasure. Feelings of low self-worth and a loss of self-confidence that can make even the simplest of trips out feel utterly overwhelming. You'd rather stay in than go out. Some mums find themselves with absolutely no appetite, and some will have an urge to comfort eat. Another sign that you might be struggling involves feeling really overprotective and being unable to relax when other people are around your children. In fact, the idea of leaving them utterly terrifies you because all you can imagine is terrible things happening if you're not there. Maybe you've got no motivation to get anything done. Or maybe you're fanatically making lists to get things done, but either way, you're feeling incapable and unable to do anything. Things around the house and with your kids need to be done your way, and not being able to let go and let people in because you don't believe that things will get done properly. As well as the emotional signs and symptoms, there are actually physical ones too. Things like a dry throat, constant thirst, excessive sweating, you might get cold sores or mouth ulcers, and your body can feel full of aches and pains, or you might have a banging headache. Your tummy might be upset, you might need to wee more than normal, and you may have absolutely zero interest in sex and may have an awful feeling like a pounding heart, dizziness, shaking or tremors. Maybe you just won't be able to regulate your temperature. Not good, eh? So the next thing I want you to do is to take the Channel Mum quiz. There are just 10 questions to answer that can give you a really helpful insight into your current mental health, and also can help you to take the first step in getting that all-important extra support if you need it. It shouldn't take longer than 5 minutes to complete, and it will guide you as to whether you need to be talking to your doctor alongside taking our course. Over the next few days, I've got some brilliant tips and ideas that are going to really help, but believe me, every mum deserves to feel mentally well. And these days, with the right help and support, that's exactly how we can all feel. It's only 5 minutes. Go on, do it. It's 5 minutes that could change your life. Oh, and I wanted to tell you that we've created a complimentary series of podcasts that go along with this course. Just search Channel Mum in iTunes to find them. Today's the day to check out the podcast from Siobhan Freegard, founder of Channel Mum. She was also the founder of Netmums too. She's talking about her personal and raw experience of maternal mental health. Siobhan's actually written a book on how to be a happy mum, no less. Being a mum is wonderful, but it can also be knackering, challenging, frustrating and downright lonely. But it doesn't have to be that way. Channelmum.com offers a shoulder to cry on, a virtual hug, a safe place to ask questions and get answers from trained parent helpers, all trained by me, plus mums who've been there themselves. Once you've watched each episode of the course, please do post about it in the forums. Tell us how you're feeling right now. And remember, you are not alone. We get it. And we're here to help you every step of the way.